How to find ARV and the perfect offer formula for real estate wholesaling. What's up, guys? Zach Ginn here, and in today's video, I'm going to break down exactly how to find ARV for all of your real estate wholesaling deals and my complete updated offer guide, so you know exactly how to offer your sellers the right amount with any type of market out here. I've actually accounted for the cheapest markets, the most expensive markets. I'm going to show you a one-size-fits-all approach for figuring out the perfect offer formula, how to figure out ARV, and most importantly, just figure out how much to offer your sellers so you have the knowledge and the education possible when you talk to a seller that you're an expert when it comes to knowing the offer price for you and what type of offer you can give to your sellers so you can make a ton of money in real estate wholesaling for the best possible success in real estate wholesaling. So before we get into it, do me a big favor and smash the like button and subscribe, and let's break this down. So I have done over 1,000 real estate wholesaling deals, and what I can tell you from this is ARV and offer price has mattered, but the most important thing before we break it down is just getting the price out of your seller first, because when you really look at everything, you really need to get the seller's price first and then just negotiate the lowest you can, then bid up with a cash buyer. Basically, I look at my top 10 biggest deals. They've all come from the seller giving the price first or me lowballing very low, where the offer price doesn't even matter. And I kind of negotiate from there and I have a really good cash buyer. But I've had a lot of deals where I needed that offer price formula in there, and it's actually saved my butt like crazy. So that's what I want to break down today. So everyone gets really confused with the ARV minus repairs or multiplied by this multiplier to the fourth degree. So let me just break down everything you need to know. So the first thing you need to know, I get to ask this question all the time. It's like, Zach, how do I find ARV? Now, the fastest, most efficient, and the best way to find ARV, which is basically short for after repair value, is basically doing and looking for comps. So after repair value is basically the value of a piece of real estate in its best condition. It's all fixed up, looking nice, looking sexy, looking great. ARV is pretty much the most important part of this formula calculator because it is the hardest to figure out to a point with most beginners. And this is where most beginners get ARV wrong. I'm just going to tell you the honest truth. Most beginner wholesalers out here grossly overestimate the ARV. They always do. Most people are very, very, very optimistic with their ARVs. You know, my 3-bedroom, 2-bath house here, it looks nice, built in 1980, but the house next door, it's the similar, like a mile away, it's sold for 3 times as much as the Zillow on here. And you know what? I think that's it, because I think if that should justify for my cash buyer. Guys, your cash buyers aren't stupid. If you try to fudge your numbers, the cash buyer is smart, and they're going to actually look at what the real value is. You cannot change what the market value on the property is. You just can't. So you fudging the numbers to make yourself feel good, I get it, right? It's like looking at a rookie baseball card. Let's say you're looking at like a Mickey Mantle rookie card from like the 50s or 40s, right? And they're selling for like $50,000, and then you have a Mickey Mantle card, and you think yours is worth $50,000, but it was sitting in somebody's pocket on the beach for 5 years, and it's all worn off, and it's like you can barely see it. A lot of you guys out here just try to think the mint condition in the plastic box is like what yours is worth, and not really. To the point, you really got to do some more comparisons, and this is where most people get it wrong. So how to find ARV the right way? You just got to find comps. Comps is short for comparables. So look at recently sold properties that are very similar to your subject property. So if you have a 2-bedroom, 2-bath house, look for other 2-bedroom, 2-bath house that's sold within basically the vicinity. So look at properties that are within around 200 to 250 square feet. Similar location. I like to keep it with subdivision. If you don't know how to keep it in the subdivision with your comping, if you're using like a Zillow or something like that, just use a quarter mile. That might be the best one. Date sold. So I like within 6 months. You can do 12 months if you have to. Real estate might be cooling down, and it definitely is right now a little more. So you might, the closer date's always the better one. I like to be within the same 10-year period of a build date if it's before 2010. So you can't compare a 2020 to a 2010, but you can compare basically a 2002 to 2012, pretty much to a point. Bed and bath needs to be pretty much the same. And then what I like to do is combine all of these similar ones. I like to get at least 4 to 5. Combine them, find the average square foot it sells for, multiply that by your square foot. And then you have a pretty decent ARV on there to a point. So the question next is like, what if I can't find comps, right? The most important thing you got to do when you can't find comps is, number one, you can use the 1% rule, or what we call cash flow comps. Cash flow comps, basically what you do is you find how much the property will rent for on its best condition, divide that by 1%. So if you know the property best day, it can rent for like $1,500. Divide 1,500, divide that by 1%, or multiply it by 100, or whatever one you want to do. So 1,500 multiplied by 100 is 150,000, or 1,500 divided by 1% is $150,000, which is a very guesstimate of ARV. Remember, you can't get ARV perfect. You can only guesstimate it to a point. Even the largest multifamily corporation, buyer, hedge funds, they're guesstimating to a point. You know, they're within a very good percent of the buy criteria, but you're never going to get it perfect, right? And prices do fluctuate sometimes. So the next question, so if you can't find that too, you can also reverse wholesale too if you can't find comps. So reverse wholesaling is just when you go to the cash buyer and you say, hey, Mr. Cash Buyer, I'm looking at this property. I'm about to go meet them. This is a trusted cash buyer. Just keep that in mind too. How much are you willing to buy this house for? I'm having an appointment tomorrow. Oh, you know, I could probably buy this if it's in decent condition for like $200,000. And then you know, hey, if I lock this up for $190, I can make $10K on the deal. Pretty good. Not bad at all. So that is another really good thing you can do in real estate wholesaling. So reverse wholesaling is a good one, but I like pretty much the offer formula. So my offer formula, trust me, I've done a lot of real estate wholesaling deals. This is the formula that has helped over 50,000 people at freewholesaling.com. Tens of thousands get their first real estate wholesaling deal, and thousands making hundreds and billions of dollars in real estate wholesaling. And that's helped me in my multi-million-dollar real estate wholesaling business. This is the formula I use. I'm not here to go argue with somebody. It's usually the people I've never gotten one real estate wholesaling deal that love arguing with me about this formula. This is the formula I use. This is the formula I use to run a multi-million-dollar business. I'm not putting my ego in this. I'm not trying to make you feel bad, but I get so much flack sometimes from haters of that my formula is terrible. This is the formula I use. You're watching a video from me, so this is what I use. Use whatever one you want, but when you come crying to me that you can't sell your deal or your formula was off, you're not using this formula. So this is the best one I found. I'm not a guru. I'm not here to sell you anything. This is what works. So it is ARV minus repairs, parentheses, multiplied by, and then we can kind of do it by the ARV. So if your ARV is under $120,000, then use 70%. If your ARV is $250,000 or less, to 120 more or less, use 80%. And if your ARV is 300,000, 83%. And then if your ARV is pretty much over 400,000, you can use 85%. So ARV minus repairs multiplied by 70%, 80%, 83, or 85%. Let me see this one more time. So is ARV minus repairs multiplied by 70% if the ARV is around 120,000. 200. So if it's over 120 but less than 250,000, use 80%. 300,000, 83, and then 85% for 400,000. So if you're like Southern California and the ARV is like 500, do ARV minus repairs multiplied by 85%. This does not mean Zach gave you permission for a $80,000 house to do 87%, right? No, you got to follow the rules. These are the rules for comping. These are the rules for offer formula pricing. And again, these are always subject to change. Usually if real estate keeps going down, or if it goes down more in the future, if interest rates spike up even more, you might want to shift those percentages by 1 to 2%. Pretty much that is the best way you can do it. But really, I would keep that as your MAO, which is your max allowable offer. Then you know it's the most. So if I have a $100,000 property, it is the ARV is 100,000, right? So let's get the handy dandy calculator in here, and we can figure out what ARV minus repairs is. So if I figure out $100,000 the ARV, repairs is $20,000, I multiply that by 70%. The most I can offer somebody is $56,000 on this real estate wholesaling deal. That means if I lock it for 40, I can probably make $16,000. Now, the last but not least, probably one of the most important questions I get is, Zach, how much should I figure out repair costs? What's the repair cost worksheet? And right here is my repair cost worksheet right here, we got basically, it's by square footage, more or less. 1,500 square feet if it is a light remodel, medium or heavy, 1,500 to 3,000 square feet, and then 3,000 square feet. But more or less, these are the cost of repairing. So a light 1,500 square foot repair is 15 grand. A medium is 20 to 25,000. A heavy remodel is 50 to 60,000. And then basically from there, you add 5,000 if it's got more square feet on the light. Add an extra 5 to 10 on over 3,000 square feet. And then you pretty much do the rest on it. So take a screenshot of this, check it out. That's how I figure out my repair costs on there. But overall, guys, that is exactly how to offer your sellers and actually get the best price possible on your real estate wholesaling deals, guys. These are my rules. These are not suggestions. These are rules I follow. These are rules that help me out in my real estate wholesaling business, and hopefully you implement them for maximum success in your wholesaling business. So guys, this is Zach Ginn signing out. Make sure you smash the like button and subscribe. Make sure you check out freewholesaling.com. Learn wholesaling real estate for free from A to Z, absolutely for free. It's $10,000 course to get for free. So guys, appreciate it. Have a blessed one.